Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back to the Blissology podcast. I am your host, CC, and I am joined by my co-host, Hubby.
Hi, everybody. This is Willem. In this podcast, as you know, we talk about love, life, and all the things that we deal with every day. So thank you for joining us today. And I think we have a few good things to talk about. So
Yes, we do.
let's enjoy the time we spent together.
Absolutely. So before we get into the topic of the day, baby, what's your blissful moment?
We call it blissful moment. I had a realization this morning.
Okay. What happened?
You know, I have my routines when I'm leaving for work in the morning. I get up early enough. I eat breakfast. I catch up on a couple of things. In fact, this morning I need to do one final edit on a video and then get it posted. And I went in the garage, get ready. I was about to get in the car and go out, and Cece came in and says, "Baby, do you have 2 minutes?" I'm like, "What do you need?"
You're like, I gotta
And
leave
I look
now.
at my watch. I'm like, you know what? I have to be out. You know, I'm a stickler for time.
Yes,
when
you
I
are.
have to be somewhere, I have to be somewhere, and I always leave early enough so I don't have to rush, and make sure I get there before time. So I was like, right there, I needed to be out. Any minutes later would put me at a time that I don't want to be in. So, and she went back in after she asked me, and I'm
Yes, I did.
and then it hit me. I'm like, you know, what she was asking for was not a whole lot. And what it was, the kids wanted to play on the patio. And yesterday when they went in, there was a dead little lizard on the mat. And obviously they're just like their mother. They're afraid of lizards, so they couldn't play in there.
We girls.
So all Cece wanted me to do is take the little dead lizard and throw it in the backyard so the kids could play. So for a moment there, I thought about it. I'm like, it's not going to take me 5 minutes. I mean, maximum 5 minutes. And so what? I get there maybe a minute after the time that I normally get there. Or maybe 5 minutes after the time I normally get there. It's not the end of the world.
You're the manager anyway.
So I went back in and I asked where's the little list. And I realized that it was no big deal. It took me like 2 minutes to get the thing out and be on my way. And in fact, I got there almost 10 minutes before the time that I had expected to be there. So, you know, sometimes I know I'm a stickler for time, and I could really let my philosophy when it comes to time get in the way of things. But to do something for my family, I realized that, yes, I could have gotten there a little bit later.
Right.
But knowing that I did it,
and
the kids could play in the patio when they took their, what they call it, PE
recess.
listening?
Yeah, the recess.
Recess.
Yeah.
So time is important. I'm not telling anyone not to be a stickler for time. You should.
You just
But
like
if it takes a couple of minutes to do something, it's not going to be the end of the world. So that kind of hits me. But I felt good afterwards.
And I think
I felt really good.
Yeah, and I think the kids were happy. The fact that you came back and then you got rid of the little lizard. So it makes them happy. And
They didn't tell me, but I guess they were.
Well, you were like, God.
I had to be out.
I know.
Listen, I'm not the type to speed in the road. If I have to, I can. And have a car that tells me to speed it, but I don't want to.
Yeah, you have a sport car, yes.
I don't want to because, you know, I use my driving time to listen to my books and listen to my affirmation and be in the best mindset. I don't want to be rushing and be stressed out. That's part of the reason that I leave early enough when I need to get to any place. I can get there in peace.
Not me. You tell me to get there.
So that was my
5
moment.
o'clock.
What was your moment?
Let's see. My moment was my daughter Isabelle. She had her reading test on, I think it was yesterday. No, yeah, she had that on Tuesday, and she felt so proud. The fact that, you know, she was able to read it by herself. And mind you, she's only 5 and she's already at level B. I mean, to me, that's big. That's really something that as a mother, I feel very proud of, because she's learning so much, and she read she read the little chapter book or whatever it's called, and she was able to read 2 books, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yes, 2 books.
I know of one. I didn't know of the second one. Now I'm a proud dad.
Yes, you should be. You should be. And she was able to, she got through 2 books and answered the questions, and she did so great. And I was like, man, I'm so proud of you. And I think it's not just her. It's the other one too, Brielle, the oldest one. I mean, I feel like we are such a proud parent. I'm sure for those of you who have kids, when your kids do something so great, you're like, oh my God, I'm so proud of my kids. I want to call the world. I want to tell everyone that what my daughter did. So it was very great that they were able to, and Brielle, the 8-year-old, like teaching her how to read and how to write and how to do certain things, like, advanced for her age. So I felt so proud, and I was like, oh, my baby.
Did you cry?
I almost did. You know me, I'm very emotional. I almost did it. I think, it's just a proud moment. That was my blissful moment. Okay, y'all? It may not be as dramatic, but yes. So that was my...
I really wasn't planning on coming back this morning.
But you were like, you know what? If I don't come back, I know I would hear from this lady later today.
Yeah.
But I think, that was good. I was so proud. I was really proud.
That's good. And then to all parents, and I know now with what's going on with the school system.
Yes.
Down here in the county where we live in Florida, school is kind of hybrid, part virtual and part in classroom. Mm-hmm. So I know you've been playing a very big role in the kids' schooling since they got back in school about a month ago. Yes,
August.
So I could see where that pride comes from, because you've been doing all of the readings, all of the teaching.
I have been.
I have, but not as much as she has.
You have not. Let's just be honest.
I built a desk that did work. I get the computer set up. I check on them midday just to make sure that things are working okay. When the printers are not printing, I'm the one that goes in and configure the settings, make sure that they get the paperwork they need. So I do stuff.
You are the technical father. Yes, you do the technical part of it.
If I cut the Wi-Fi,
you don't want to do that. Like, for instance, my computer wasn't printing, and you were able to fix that. And I was, I'm able to print all of her schoolwork so that way she can do her assignment. So, yeah, you are the technical father.
Even the book she was reading from, I think I printed it. Anyway. But hey,
this is our blissful moment, right?
Yes, listen. It's good to have these things happening. And it's good to acknowledge them.
Yes.
And don't be a stickler like I get sometimes.
Yes, don't be like him, because I'm always late. And I'm not about to change that, okay? Listen, and it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not okay. It is not okay. If you have an appointment with someone to be there at a certain time, be there. Be there. Get there at least, if you get there on time, you're late. Get there 5 minutes before time.
I don't know what you're talking about. Unless if it's for a job, if it's like an interview, then yes, that's different. But if it's someone that I have to be... First of all, you're going to a party or wherever that you're going, you know the people's not going to be there on time. So why be the first one?
Part of the people that are not there.
Why am I going to be the first one there?
Why shouldn't you be the first one there? You're punctual. You're disciplined.
Yes, but then it's like you get there at 5 and then the event will start until like 6 o'clock or
then
7
o'clock, I'm ready to leave. I just pick up my dad.
Oh, hang on.
Let me use my dad as an example.
Wait, hold up. 5, 6 o'clock, I'm getting ready to leave. Then what was the point of me dressing up, put on my makeup, and do all that?
Well, that's me exaggerating. But if you go to a party, there's a certain time you want to leave. Like, for instance, people would invite you to a party, and they said 5 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. They haven't started. And then you find out you have to stay at the party until like 1 o'clock.
True. You were going to say something about your dad, right?
My dad is the type that if he's going somewhere, he's there like 10 minutes before time. Now, if it's 3 hours he's spending there, he already have it set. He's going to give you 3 hours. Once that 3 hours is done,
he's out.
He's out.
It's like, all right.
He is out.
It's like, okay, my time is up now. I gotta go.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't care if I eat. I don't care if I drink.
No, actually, my parents is a type. And up until I married you, I was kind of like this. If I'm going to a party, I eat before I leave.
I agree.
Because when I get there, people complain, where's the food? It's never a complaint of mine that the food is not there because I don't go to the party to fill myself up. I just go to enjoy myself.
Yes, I agree.
And in fact, sometimes I don't trust food parties.
But I'm gonna eat. I'm going to eat. If I'm going to a party, you invite me, there's food there. I would not eat a lot when I'm home prior of going to the party, but I'll make sure that I snack on something because if they tell you the party's at 5, there's no way they're gonna start serving until like 8 o'clock.
Yes.
So
that's
by
why
like
I eat. I eat when I go. I don't go to party empty with an empty stomach. Even now,
yes.
I make sure I have something in me. If the food is bad, I'm just not gonna eat it.
Oh God, please don't talk about the food is bad.
Anyway.
We went to a wedding.
So going back to my time thing.
Oh my God.
She makes me late many times.
I do.
And
I'm
sometimes
guilty.
I'm in the car's running, and I'm calling. And she's in there. God knows what she's doing.
Either a last touch up, a last, make sure that my lashes and my makeup is right.
Hold up. Here's the thing. She takes sometimes in the house while I'm there doing it. We getting ready to step out. She has to step back in to do it. Now, when she gets in the car, she's still doing it when we get to that place ready to come out. She said, what is this? I comb my hair once, and I'm good to go.
It's just a last minute checkup.
How many last minutes are there?
It's not just me. We all do that. We want to make sure everything is on point.
I refuse to believe that every woman does that. Well, I know your mother does that because your dad does.
My mother does that. I'm sure your mom does that too. If she's going, your mom is not a makeup type. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. I mean, I don't wear a lot of makeup either. My makeup takes about 30 minutes, and I think that's
30 minutes. That's a whole time.
No, baby,
I would shower. I'll eat. I get to the place in 30 minutes.
Baby, there's some women out there. There's people out there that takes about an hour. There's like over an hour, I should say, over. Okay. Mine only take 30 minutes, and I think that's something you should be happy that the fact that I will take an hour. Happy. But like I said, I don't see me being at a party on time. If I'm there, it's only because of my sweet hubby dragging me to get there in time. But yes, this is our blissful moment. So now let's get to the topic of the day. Again, you are listening to the Blissology podcast. And on today's topic, baby, what are we going to talk about today?
Oh, this is good.
This is good. This is a great
your
one.
life change after you got married?
I've
already listed some of the things that happened to me.
This is a great one.
How did my life change when I got married? I started being late at places. I started getting to places hours, and I started staying later at places. My time comes to leave. I'm like, okay, baby, let's wrap up and leave. No, we got to do this. No, they haven't done this, and I can't leave her behind.
No, they haven't cut the cake. We're not leaving yet. We at a party. We get we mask.
That's
we get
the
everything.
number one. You're no longer in control of your time. Now, when I go to work, she doesn't work where I work, so she can't make me get there late. So,
but I used to when the kids.
Listen, with COVID, because she stays home. And I'm the only one who goes out. So the whole thing of calling, baby, let's go. We got to go. I haven't done that much because I don't have to drag her with me.
Oh, so you're dragging me with you, huh? So you're dragging me with you. Okay.
So that's one thing that's changed. You lose control of your time. True. Well, at least I lost control of my time. Right?
Yes.
But in all honesty, things do change. I mean,
yes, a lot of things change. With when you married, you have family now, you have kids, you have a husband who's nagging.
I don't nag.
You have a husband who's constantly nagging about the time. You gotta be there on time, babe. Okay, It's 5:10. It's 5:30. The party's at 6 o'clock. We'll get there at 6 o'clock.
We leave at 5.
But I think, lifestyle changes. When it comes to married, you really don't have much time of being around your,
Well,
I don't want to say friends, but I
Well,
think
your-
it's
your
just like
time-
your environment change.
well, your environment changes, your lifestyle changes. Things that you used to do before you get married,
Yeah.
now they no longer important.
I don't know,
Right?
it's not important.
Well, yes, in some way, because there are things now that you do differently.
Right.
There's places that sometime men we go when you get married. It may not be appropriate.
What,
for
the
you to
strip
go.
club?
And I've never been to a strip club, but
It's okay. It's all about honesty here on
well,
this podcast.
it's good to experience things. But there are things that once you get married, it changes your lifestyle. There are things
never been.
There are things that become priority to you. Like when you have a spouse, there are things that you want to do. You consult with your spouse, and like I remember when I was by myself, I only have to consult with myself when I do things. Actually, sometimes I don't even
Well-
consult with myself. I just do it.
And you would have your friends, like your high school, your college friends, your brother.
Yes,
you
I mean, there's
know.
a group of guys that you hang
Yeah.
out with, and now that you're married,
It's like everybody else just like, okay, you go your separate way, I go my separate way, I do my own thing. Now we don't really come.
it shouldn't quite be like that. But I know
No.
that's kind of how things
That's how it
change
is.
for us because we
Sometimes I feel
find
like, I'm like, man, babe, we need some friends. I'm like, we have no friends. We have, let me be more specific. We have no couples friend. Right?
Well, we do.
We have
people that we've hung out with.
I don't want to call family friends. Like, I know my brother's married. Your brother's married. Who else? As far as I know,
We've got Brielle's godfather and his wife.
Well,
and,
yeah,
and,
yes.
and Isabelle's godfather, and so we have some circle, but it's been the same circle.
It's been the same circle for a long time. Not that I'm saying the circle is not, was not a good circle.
Yes.
It was great, but I think,
But
it's always good to.
But even within the circle, sometimes we could go months without talking to each other.
Yes.
So the circle's gotten very wide. Is that the right term? Yeah, it's like wide, so everyone's like on one end of the circle.
Yeah.
But
right,
yes.
right. But I mean, it's always good to, not that I'm saying it's always good to add new friends into your circle, but you get to learn from other people, right? Because our circle, we've been around our circle for such a long time. Like, I'm talking about since youth group, like, right?
Since before I know you.
Since before we got married.
Yeah.
That's just how it's been. So they're like in our generations. Which gen?
What gen are you in?
Gen Y?
Millennial?
Yes. So it's like, this is who we are. But then I kind of felt like we're not connected anymore.
Well, yes. I mean, and that's one thing that changed after
That's
we
what I'm
got
like,
so
man.
preoccupied with life. We get preoccupied. I mean, we all have kids. Get
We-
preoccupied
yeah,
with
we
our
all
kids.
have
Like for
kids.
instance, take today. Take this week for instance. Although you run your business from home, but you're busy with the kids for half of the day.
Yes.
The other half is dedicated to your work, and then I get home. You got to take care of me. No, I take care of myself. But like, and typically we have things that we do at the end of the day, and that runs throughout the week. On the weekend, we start on Friday, we do some things with the kids, and then on Saturday we have things that we do. On Sunday we do things. So our days are occupied
With a lot
tons
of
of stuff.
Yes.
And obviously this, I know if it was priority, we'd dedicate time to it, but it's like we get so hung into the things that we're doing. Sometimes
Yeah.
we don't put time aside to do these things.
Right. Because I remember
Like we even
one-
thought about doing like once a month get together among us.
Yes.
But with
yes.
COVID now we can't do it.
No, I think we started doing that on my brother and his wife. We were doing something like that once a month. Like, we'll just, if she
Get
pick a
together.
place and then I pick a place the next month. But even then, it was hard. It was hard because we all busy. We tried twice, we tried to like meet up at some location to eat out and then either go watch a movie or go bowling, where we all bring the kids and then And that's the thing too. When you have kids, it's so hard for you to say, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab, let me call my sister-in-law or my friend, Stephanie to, let's go out. But you got to find a babysitter, first of all. You got to find someone to watch these kids because you can't be dragging these kids with you all the time. And I feel like that's what we used to do when we used to double date with my brother, right? Yeah. We would bring the girls and he would bring his sons, and then we would just like double date.
Yeah, but I think you guys did that once or twice. But there was a couple of times that we were able to drop the kids off and
my mom, yeah. So. And yes.
But I would tell you, if we planned it, we can do it.
It's hard.
It's hard. But it's not impossible. I think it's
hard because there's just so much that there's just so much responsibilities that we have now.
But it's not impossible. That's what I'm getting to. I mean, yes, being married changes us in this way. Mm-hmm. But we can still find time to do these things.
Yes.
We have to plan them. Like the couple of times that we did do it, yes, we coordinate with the grandparents. We dropped the kids off. They watched them until like midnight, I think.
Yes.
And we were able to go out and have some. Now, we can't do it every weekend. I think that's...
my dad would not want that.
But we can do it once a month. Mm-hmm. Right?
We've done it. We have. I think the thing is, when it comes to, being married, it's just like we have so much going on. Responsibilities of your kids come first. You got to find time to take care of them. Your family, more like, take care of the family. You tend to give these things more like
priority than other things.
Yes. But hey, listen, sometimes it's good to just go to Blue Martini and just relax and have a good time.
And that's one thing I think that get married couple, we get so hung up on the chores, the responsibilities that we forget ourselves. I know sometimes I'd like to do some places that I used to go when I was young.
Like what, baby? Like what place? We like to know what place is that.
Relaxing places.
Okay. Would you take me with you?
No.
No
it's
girls
a boys'
allowed?
place, yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll be going to the places where them,
But in all honesty, I mean, being married is great. I mean, there's a lot of good moments. But we can make even better moments than those good moments.
I mean, we're not saying it's bad moments. I think we're just saying that it's just that it's more stuff, right? There's married couple who find time to be out every weekend and enjoying their life.
So some of them don't have kids, or they have babysitters that you have a babysitter on call.
Right.
Well, I don't trust babysitters sometimes.
Yeah, you have trust issues.
Yeah, I have trust issues.
But I remember that there's this...
Well, my sister has babysat our kids.
Yes, she had. She had a few times.
Many times.
Many times, yes. Shout out to Eugenie.
Family, yes, she's been good.
Yes.
Family, I'm good. But get a stranger in my house to watch my kids.
You're hard with that.
I have issues with that.
We actually had people that says, you know what?
If you need, we'll babysit.
Mm-hmm. But my husband's like, okay. I'm like, he's not.
My kids are my responsibilities. I can't let them be in anybody's hands.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And I think it's really hard. But listen, it's just the, what was I going to say again?
Being married is great. It has its challenges. Mm-hmm. As its challenges,
memories,
and when you throw kids in there, more challenges. But there's a lot of great memories. I mean,
kids add up more memories.
Before I got married, I probably would have been at my parents' right now, laying down watching TV, doing nothing productive. Well, then probably I wouldn't be because I'm too old to be at my parents. But I could look back on before I had a partner to come home to and share my day with. I would have just got home and turned on the TV or do something and be boring or get in the car, drive around or find out where some guys are going at. So,
or go to the club.
No, I was never a big fan of clubbing. I'm afraid of people. Money. I'm afraid of being in like crazy group of people with people and type of people. And obviously the clubs in our areas, when you get there, it gets crowded.
I've only been to what was that club name again?
Club Boca?
It wasn't Club Boca.
When it used to be around.
It was the club that my sister-in-law took
Arumbas.
us. Yes. for the first time ever in my life.
Crowded.
I'm not the saint. I'm not calling myself the saint girl. But I think, it was just not my thing. Going to club is just never my thing.
Now with COVID, I'd like to see how this place is running.
And when we went there that night, it was fun. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah, getting home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, we trying to find things. And I think as a married couple, you got to be like creative, right? You have to be creative and find things to do among your circle, right?
Yeah.
So you have friends. There's some people who are just waiting for someone to say, "Hey, let's go out. Let's do something." But then again, you gotta find a babysitter if you have kids. you
take the kids with you. They have kiddie room for it.
No, take the kids with you. It's not the same as a date.
No,
it's not the same. It's like okay, we're just having we're just bringing the kids along. So, yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that, the lifestyle change and more responsibilities, the kids are around, which end up causing us to do more stuff. And sometimes you're like, okay, I have planned for this Saturday to go out, maybe go spend some time by the beach. But the next thing you know, hey, can't find a babysitter, and now you're going to have to stay home with the kids or bring the kids with you. But I think when it comes to our daughters, it's always a fun time when they're around us or when we're around them. So we're not saying that bringing the kids
is a
bad thing.
But
no,
it has its moment. I mean, if you want to spend an intimate moment with your partner and you want to go in a fancy place, and you don't want to bring the kids with you. But if you're going to Taco Bell or something, or Lucille's, or some of these places where it's all relaxed and the kids friendly, and you can go out, sit outdoors, and have some good meal with your kids.
Yes, absolutely. So, but hey, listen, if you're a married couple out there and you think that, man, this is hard or this is tough, I used to go out, I can't go out anymore. It's not a bad thing, okay? It's not a bad thing. You just have to plan yourself out.
Yes.
Plan it. If you're going to do it once a month, just get you and your husband and find you a babysitter ahead of time and say, you know what? I need to call Lucy or Joanne, whatever, or Marsha,
whoever you have on call.
Or Jeannie. Because Jeannie's our girl. You can't call her. So that's mine. That's my baby. You can't call it Jeannie. So, find you someone to really give you that moment, because you need to spend time with your boo, because you got to grow that. What? He likes when I call him my boo. You're so silly, baby. But guys, listen, for real, take care of your boo.
Take care of whoever your boo is.
Yes.
And it's not just the ladies, the guys, you got to take care of your boo. I mean, find ways. And that's one thing that, she reminds me all the time. You got to do this, because I'm unusual. There are things that I don't think automatically. You got to remind me. But she's good with it. So it's not just the ladies. Because we're in this together, right?
Yes.
So we all have to do what we can to make sure that we enjoy this. This is the one life we get.
Absolutely.
And if you get to spend it with a beautiful woman, or you get to spend it with a handsome man, or whoever you are with, if it's the person you love, do things with them.
Yes. Be creative. All right? Okay. Is that it, baby?
That's it.
Okay, guys.
So life changes, but it doesn't have to change for the worse.
Exactly. I love that.
That's
great.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
That's a great way of putting it. Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. And please remember to
subscribe. Check us out on the social media channels. Facebook, YouTube, TuneIn, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're there. So thanks for listening.
See you next time.